Oh, that's my beautiful family. That's my wife right there. Yeah, yeah. I put a little pound there because I don't got time to go to the gym and work out. You know, I'm working 24/7, so the most I can do is eat. But I lost a little bit because I'm doing a lot of V-Smart. That's a doctor, okay? Gentleman on the right side, that's John. He's a doctor from Lake Norman, North Carolina. He has a lot of doctors that he's going to be bringing in. I was doing meeting for a couple of doctors. Okay, that picture right there, that was in Massachusetts. So you see, I'm all over the place. The girl next door, next to me, she has a tremendous organization. Okay, she's part of SOSO. So we bring everybody from SOSO here too. Okay, that's it, right? Yeah, that's it.
All right, Hector.
Okay, thank you guys.
All right, Hector. Thank you very much. Now I need to turn it back over to our CEO, Ms. Colleen Sullivan.
Because now I want to tell you about Clyde.
Okay, you want to sit and do it, or
Yep.
what? All right.
Right. So now I got to tell you about Clyde and his commitment. This is Clyde and his lovely bride, Lisa, who is very patient with Clyde because he's working night and day as well as Hector. And the same thing happened. Clyde said, I'm coming down to Tampa. And I said, for what? And he said, I want to look you in the eyeball to eyeball, and see what you're all about. And I want to visit your corporate office. And I want to know who you are, and I want to know who John is. And I was like, okay, that sounds good to me. And so he planned a trip to come down. Well, do you guys remember the Atlanta snowstorm that happened this year? He was supposed to leave the day after. So I thought for sure he's not coming from Atlanta to Tampa because he was stuck in this the night before. So I kind of started making other plans. I'm like, he's not coming. And I don't blame him. Who wants to come after they were in that for, it was 8 hours, wasn't it? 7.5 hours, right? And we were supposed to meet at I don't remember, a decent time in the morning. And then the abominable snowman showed up. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't. He really didn't. Was he there? Was he there? And then that was Clyde, that 7.5 hours later, because it was dark. And again, he was supposed to be there in the morning. And sure enough, guess who showed up the next morning? And I said, Clyde, if you're safe, if you feel like it's safe driving, then please, I still welcome you. But please don't drive after that snowstorm. He said, Colleen, I made a commitment, and I'm here to see you, and I'm going to make that happen. And so he showed up. And that's the kind of commitment we're talking about from Clyde. So, oopsie, wrong way. Okay, so of course we had lunch. I took him over to where John still is, over at Projector People, which I think we have pictures of. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so we have pictures. I wanted Clyde to see because Clyde wanted to understand who we were. So I said, well, the best way I can explain who I am, because again, I've told you, my corporate office, I don't even like to visit it. I like to work at Starbucks. It's boring at a corporate office. So I said, the best way I can explain is let's go over to Projector People that I built and show you what I can do. So we went over and met all the group there that where John still is, and John invited him into his area where, he's got 2 computers and a headset, and Clyde witnessed everything else that, had happened there. So we had a nice time. And then he came back again a second time about a month ago. Colleen, what can I do to help with the event? I was like, Clyde, you're coming down here again? Really? I want you to. This is great, but that's his commitment. He will make that drive. He is that committed, and that is why he's here today running this show. And thank you, Clyde, for what you do. And I know everybody else thanks you as well. And I can't believe that you escaped the abominable snowman.
Okay, everybody. It's very good to hear about commitment, but there's a couple other recognition we need to give for commitment. There's one there. 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 It's actually all of you, because I'm sure all of you had something else to do, but you made it a point to be here. You made it a point to be here. Some from distances from another country, and some from different states. And so that commitment is what it takes. Every single success story is started with a commitment. So we want to thank all of you for your commitment, large or small. There's stories behind the scenes we don't even know. So give yourselves a hand for your commitment toward your future with your virtual portal. Okay, so this next part that we're going to have is we're going to have a little training from our CEO, Ms. Colleen Sullivan. And are you ready, Ms. Sullivan? Okay, all right. She's gonna share some training with us, and all this training is very, very valuable to us because it's the little things that make a difference. Sometimes we think that we've got to, get some type of a monumental knowledge type of thing, but sometimes it's just a little bit. It's just a little extra, and so pay close attention because this training is going to help you get over the top. It's going to give you that winning edge. It's going to give you that last-second shot that makes a difference between who won the championship and you don't even remember who the team was they played after a period of time. So that's what we're here to get, that winning edge. And you can't get that on the phone, and you can't get that on a webinar. You got to be here to get that in person. And one of the other things that you get by being here is the networking. I mean, just think about the valuable networking you got at lunchtime. A person shows you their V-Smart. All of a sudden you go, oh, that's an idea I didn't know. We got a young gentleman here that actually, as far as commitment is concerned, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, okay? And when I shared the information with him and his sister shared it with him, he decided he's not going back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's going to stay down here, which he was visiting his sister, until he came to this event. So he changed his entire schedule to stay, and he sent me a V-Smart with a palm tree on it. I have no idea how he got the palm tree on the V-Smart, but I wouldn't have known that until he sent me that. And so when you network with people, you get different ideas on, oh, I didn't know you can do that, or wow, that's very, very powerful, or I need to market to these people or those people. And that's what the networking is all about. And that's why it's so valuable to be here. You're not going to get that unless you're here at these events. So these are some of the things that you get by being here. So get back to your teams, your people, and share with them that when we have these upcoming events, they absolutely have to be here. That commitment is going to pay them and bring it to them in the long run. Okay, are we ready? Yeah. Okay, excellent. All right, let's turn it over to our CEO, Ms. Colleen Sullivan, for some additional training.
Thank you. And I'm also going to say, speaking of networking, Christopher Vivacci shows me yesterday, because he was at this event, look at my V-Smart. And he's got a logo on top instead of just a title bar, a logo, an image. And I said, wait a minute, Christopher, that's one of the upgrades we're doing. How did you do that? And so, again, by networking, if he wasn't here, I would have never seen that and be able to show you guys. So thank you for that, Christopher, for showing us all of the good stuff you're doing. I'm going to go to the back office, and many of you have already seen this. But for those who haven't, I'm just going to give you an overview. Everything we have is integrated, as you know, or maybe you don't know yet. We've integrated all commissions worldwide, e-wallets, and this is really for the people who aren't in the business yet. I know there's some people here that aren't. This is just standard administrative stuff, your placing an order, your auto ships, things like this. We don't really need to go over that today. You're always going to have some specials here, obviously. And what we're looking at here in the future are a bunch of little squares that are a bunch of fast start buttons, because we have fast start training guides, for example, down here. But everything we have is so important, like this event stuff was so important that it all kind of gets pushed down. So you're going to see a bunch of little squares, a new format in the back office, so you can look at the menu right away, pick your square, and go to it, whether it is the fast start training guide, whether it is the invitation to One Vision, whether it's the V-Leads magnet, whatever the case is. Look for that nice overhaul soon, but certainly we've got some great things going on. Any of the buttons that you press are going to keep you in the back office, of course. You're going to learn about V-Leads magnet, which is the one that gets you, free leads instead of having to pay for them. Did I really just log out? Okay, I did. Hold on. people were asking us about upgrades, so this is a new feature. Upgrades, you're able to take a lower package and go to a higher one and pay the difference. With that said, those sponsors will get the difference in the Fast Start bonus. Some people ask, why do we need licenses? Why do we need this documentation and paperwork? Well, let me tell you why. To keep you safe. There are laws when you do worldwide business, and it's called KYC, Know Your Customer. And those are laws that I have to abide by. And if I can't produce who somebody is in Brazil, if somebody ever came to my door legally, we could be shut down like that. So it's for your protection. You can look it up, KYC, Know Your Customer. And it's when we have a company like ours that has worldwide e-wallets, there is a high threat to companies like ours for fraudulent behavior and for, you know what happens with terrorist attacks and things like this and how they're getting money from one place to another. So for my protection and for your protection, I require abiding by that law. And again, our attorney that we seek guidance from is Kevin Thompson. And it's my job to keep us all safe for the long haul. So if that helps, why we do what we do. And this is all safe and secure, obviously, but I can't tamper with your futures. So I hope that answers that. And please spread that around because some people think, well, other companies don't have to do this. Well, we're not other companies. We're worldwide. We're going to be here a long time, and I care about what happens. Not that other people don't. Don't get me wrong. Not that other people don't. I'm just a little bit over the top about security. Let's go to, if you have an iPhone, for example, you can get your app so you can see your genealogy, see your payments, things like this. Do you? Do you have that, Sinitra? Awesome. Your commissions, you're going to see your earning history. I don't know whose I'm in, so I'm really not going to be there. I go in and out of people's offices all day long, so I don't really know whose I'm in right now. So we're going to keep it generic. You've got your YVP compensation plan, which we're going to go over in a little while. And if you haven't seen the YVP compensation plan, it is your standard compensation plan, 16 pages of 9 different ways to get paid, and we're going to go over that. But again, all of it's back here for you and available. And I show you this back office so you know we didn't start this yesterday. Contest to win money, you can ask Pastor Battle about this, because Pastor Battle is always winning these contests. Congratulations, but he's not here. He's not there right now. So he posts so many ads on Facebook. He's in the running for either the projector or the Dream Cruise. And if you want to take part in this, you just register where you put your ads. You've got all sorts of Facebook information. Do you see all of these? We're a little slow down here in the basement. Do you see all of these banners that you can put on Facebook right now? And I want to show you somebody who's using them, Laura Bristol, how she uses it. Do I really have to be signed in to see that? Okay, so I don't know my password. All right, so anyways, she's got on the top of her Facebook this one right here with her little picture in the corner. And all you do is double click this and just hit save as. And now you're ready to upload it to your Facebook. And if you're on Chrome or one of the others, Firefox, you're going to see a little button here that says just click to download. So you have marketing material at your fingertips to make you look like a really, really big company. So I ask you to please, please use what's back here because we really worked hard to make sure you had plenty of marketing tools online. You got your genealogy and downline here. You've got a listing of your distributors, customers. Let's go to sales and marketing tools. We've already been to the compensation plan. You've got a presentation slide deck. Some people say, hey, can I get that presentation? So you have it available to you for duplication. You've got all sorts of training. So again, I show you this so that you see we didn't start this yesterday. People ask about our global expansion and what are the plans. Here's the plans. This is the world, and it's color-coded, and you have access to this under global expansion. The areas in black are areas in conflict that I cannot pay through our e-wallet system. So you'll see these countries in the news either in conflict with themselves or in conflict with the U.S. We can't pay those. They're color-coded here. The blue ones can get e-wallets, prepaid Paylution cards. I know that Robert Fields yesterday, we were sitting at Jackson's, and he whipped out his Paylution card, his Universal Portal Paylution card. I was like, I've never seen one. I've never been on that side. That's so cool. So we use Hyperwallet, which is a global company for payment, and I did have to give away my third-born in order to get this account. My third-born, which does not exist, my third-born child. Not easy to get because you've got to go through a pretty rigorous ethical set of circumstances to get an account like this. And I had to pay a lot of money, so I don't want to screw it up, okay? So look at the back of that chart, and you'll see color-coded where we can do business. I need about a week, and I can tell them, okay, please turn this country on. And because we've had excellent, no problem success in any country since we've started, I have a really good relationship with them. And what I don't do is when somebody comes to me and says, I want to open up 5 countries. I go, okay. What are they? And they tell me, and I don't go run to Hyperwallet. And I go, oh, go open 5. It's not how I handle them. I go, okay, get me 1 or 2 in there and we'll open up that country. And then, invariably it may or may not happen, but because I'm very cautious with our outbound pay solution, because it's all of your money, again, the utmost insecurity, I don't just go running telling them to open up a bunch of countries, or I would be the girl who cried wolf. So just extra cautious, and that's why we have such good relationships with our merchant accounts. Let's go to business cards. You are going to see that this is going to be integrated with Vistaprint here very shortly. And I actually thought we had a couple up there. They're actually the same exact designs that you just saw on Facebook. They're just smaller. Oh, they are there. Okay, it's just taking a long while to come up. They're smaller, and there's a place for you to fill in your name, because it was actually Pastor Battle who said, I said, well, you have a V-Smart. Why would you need a business card? And he said, well, I like to leave them places too, or to get by a gatekeeper or receptionist. Sometimes I need those. I might want to put one on a car. If I see some, a car, we still do business that way. I was like, great. So look for those to come here shortly. And when we get integrated with Vistaprint, which is, it's not a difficult thing to do. It's just getting the time to make it happen. You're going to see notepads. You're going to see trade show, trade show, what are those things called? Banners and floor things. Yeah. Standalones, things like this. And the reason I'm choosing Vistaprint is because it is worldwide shipping. So any of our distributors in any other countries have the same opportunity, not just the people here in the U.S. So anything we do, we have to think about globally. Whatever decision I make has to work for somebody in France, has to work for somebody in Brazil, in the Dominican Republic. Yes, sir. Johnny and Johnny. Now, there are people who just love internet banners. Those are already made for you. If you copy this code, for those of you who know how to do this, I'm not telling you to go out and learn how. If you don't know how, now's probably not the time to learn. Use your phone and text. It's totally cool. Use Facebook, use Twitter. But for those people that do have websites, you might want these, in which case you copy that code. It goes right to your replicated website.com site. Those are available for those people. So there's not a whole lot we missed as far as tools. Here's your YVP duplicator, which is your, again, for those people that have been used to email marketing, we're bridging the gap for you. I don't ask us to look backwards by no means. We're not in the email marketing business. That's not who we are. But we're bridging the gap for those people who that's all they've known, and we're moving them over to mobile marketing, Twitter marketing, Facebook marketing, all with our vSmart. Well, you've got everything already made for you in YVP branding already. It's got the drip campaign so that it hits, if you put an email in or somebody puts an email in, then you've got the drip hitting them day 1, day 3, day 7, day 9 about the vSmart, so on and so forth, by email. We've got more training tools than I think any one company should have. Matter of fact, I think it was Demetrius who said, we're not used to this much training videos, is what he told me once on the phone. And that kind of tickled me. So you've got your Fast Start training guide, which if you haven't seen this, and I'm going to re-roll this out, this is awesome, I think, because what it is let's say you want to go learn about vSmart prices. Well, you're going to go here, you're going to click that button, and it's a YouTube video. You're going to go to 24 minutes and 5 seconds to start it. You want to learn about the compensation plan? Go to that video, start at 3 minutes. So all of our training videos are cataloged. The rest is pretty standard issue. We're going to look at, we have an integrated YouTube channel right in our back office. So even, for example, Raza's video is back here as well. That, just launched that vShop Live. We're going to save this button that says benefits for Clyde for this afternoon. All right, so I am done with back office training, and I invite Clyde to introduce our next. Thank you.
All right. So now we got some training on our back office, and we know how to rock and roll. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that training. The next gentleman who I'm going to bring forward is somebody who is a very, very sharp business person. A little bit of background on him. He's in the North Carolina area, Charlotte, North Carolina area. He's actually been all over the country as a professional baseball player in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. His success has moved to the business world, and as a business person, he's had a lot of success with several companies, and he's just really a wealth of information. He brings his talents to our leadership team when we have leadership calls, and we're able to plan a lot of the strategy that moves forward here with your virtual portal. He is an individual that he does the Google Hangouts on Wednesdays, and when I saw him for the first time, it was on a Google Hangout. And the thing that I immediately said was, I've never seen anybody as articulate as this guy. Who the heck is this guy here? He just has a way of, even when he's talking to someone, the other person's messing up, and then it comes back to him, he cleans it up. You know those kind of people, they clean it up without making you look bad, You mispronounced things, said things wrong, and then in one sentence, he got everything back on track. Very articulate, brings a lot of talent to the table, but also a commitment level that's second to none. You've already heard a little bit from him. He and his wife are the dynamic duo. Let me introduce to you and bring to the front of the room to train us, Coach Danner. Give it up for Coach Danner. Coach, put me in the game.
All right. I know we're having a lot of fun, and I'm telling you, this is fun for me. And notice you put family, because family first, and we wouldn't have anything to say if it wasn't for, first of all, Colleen and her lovely husband, John Sullivan. So we thank you for the opportunity even to be here, because this is, as she mentioned, about a vision. And you know, everybody's always talking about a vision. I don't care where you travel around the world, whether it's a company, whether it's sports, it's always about a vision. But you know, one thing that most people don't talk about is a revelation. And without the vision, people do perish. But if you don't understand, one of the most confused books out there is called Revelation. All it simply means is to make known. To make known. So what she did is she created a vision, right? And with visions, you normally have to be able to see. Now, what we do appreciate about what she's done this weekend, along with Hector and Clyde and some of the other leaders that's sitting in here, what she's been able to do is she's really shown us that the future is what? Going to be bright. And when the future is bright, as us leaders, and you wouldn't be down here if you wasn't, we wear what? Shades. So we know we're never going to have to take them off, because that's the future. And as long as it's bright. So if you see somebody taking the shades off, we're in trouble. So keep your shades on. Keep your shades on. And the shades are on why? Because we have a bright future. So we want dedication. And you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about, one, this is family. This is family. Now, I point here because everybody has their personal family. Obviously, you can see we like vacation. That's what I've done. That's what I've done most of my life is in this industry. But we love to do it. Now, in the background here, you can see water, right? You see, I have my family on my back, and we're just catching a wave. And just like Colleen said, you know, opportunity. She showed this morning how she was trying to hit that bag. Trying to hit that bag, right? Trying to hit that bag. If you ever try that, that's not easy. And when she got it going, right? But she had to have a challenge before she could create that opportunity. So this is Colleen. This is John. This is us. And look, if we fall off, we just get back on. And we're going to ride this wave. That's what it's about, is riding the wave, right? So I'm up here to talk about opportunity. But if it wasn't a challenge out here, we wouldn't have an opportunity. So what are some of the challenges that people are having out here in their businesses? One is, oh my goodness, I don't think we do this one anymore. Anybody know about this? Now, Jim, if I told you, hey, man, if you go back home after this nice event and you say, I just came back from Tampa, Florida, man, we stayed at a nice place. They had cruise boats. You look out the window in the morning, there's cruise ships pulling up, right? Right? And I'm excited. What did you learn? Well, we give 5 of these away a day. We can make some money. But anybody ever done that? At one time, that's what we did. Y'all probably don't even know. My kids don't even know what this is. What is that, right? An 8-track, right? But then we come with these. Threefold, you know, these are nice flyers. Just drop them. Put them in these offices, right? In other words, these are challenges. These are challenges. Now, we're going to talk about opportunity. But look, how many of you get these in the mail? These circulars. You get these. You go to your mailbox. It's all you got. Everything I'm saying is efficient. Just like Pastor Battle mentioned business cards. Vistaprints. This is a Vistaprints box. You know, what do you do with these? You get 500 of them. And you're supposed to order them every month, y'all. Because you're supposed to be giving them away. How many's ever given away a box? But my point is, it's a very efficient way to market. Very efficient, right? Then we can go into all our other ideas. Anybody ever heard of an app? Yeah. That's an efficient tool. It's an efficient tool. But your virtual portal, we're about being effective. Not efficient, but effective. Effective means you get results. Remember this morning we talked about, how easy was it to change? and John mentioned you didn't have to charge. You didn't get charged to call somebody up to make a change that was already too late, right? So we're talking about opportunity. What we have, look, I'm going to show you something because this business brings emotions. It brings tears to people's eyes. He mentioned I played professional baseball, right? Short career. Didn't get to play long enough to make any big money, right? But my roommate, Tony Womack, he gets a World Series ring in 2001. Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, and against the Yankees, and they're down. And we just had the 9/11 event. They wasn't even thinking about doing this particular World Series. But they were, like he said, sports, right? ESPN. Look, this is emotional. I sent him a V-Smart. That's how you do it, by the way. Hector's always talking about. So is Colleen. Just text a V-Smart. Let it do the sell. So all I did was I sent him a V-Smart. And me and Rachel's been sitting there counting before somebody texts back. How did you do that? Or wow, that's the kind of reactions you get, right? Or they may even call. But the bottom line is, I've never seen a product that gets that kind of emotion or that kind of feeling when you send it out and they say, I've never seen that. Whether you're a multimillionaire or just a stay-at-home mom, it's a wow factor, right? So now, I want her to play this because this is about emotion. And when she plays this, he calls me back and says, I'm in tears. At this event, actually, his dad had just passed away. Now, this is only a minute, but it's to show you the connection of people. People see better than they hear. People see better than they hear. It's the emotion. We think with our eyes. We think we do. We think with our eyes. That's why when you go to a restaurant and you notice they have those pictures there, they make more sales than the person who just has a menu and you can't see. Well, that's what a V-Smart is versus a text, right? And some of that food's so good, I was joking with Johnny because he just finished eating. two hours later. But anyway, I'm going to play this real quick and then, but this is about emotion. Watch this. I hope you're not a Yankees fan because I know I didn't warn anybody because that hurt. but my point, that creates emotion, and that's what we're able to do. Now, notice here, if you look, when he saw this, first he'd never seen anything like this. He was in tears, and we was hanging out. He was at a game, and he's showing it to people. And they're like, oh, man, I remember that. Wow. Oh, he just did that for me. In other words, they never seen this, and he's just showing it. That's called going viral, and then it just keeps going. We talked about this weekend. This has call to action buttons. It has everything there. You can change it to fit what you want. If he does a lot of charity, donate to Stealing Hearts. Just boop. All he has to do is just click on that link. You know what he had before that? All he had was a website. All he had was a website. That was it. Just be honest. What looks more appealing, a website or what we just saw? For less than $100. But what I'm getting at, the website costs a whole lot more than that. See, but the website is stagnant. It doesn't move. You know, one of the things I can tell you about this opportunity is it reminds me of water. And when you take water, like this water right here, This is our V-Smart. And they showed earlier, there's water in this container, right? Now, if I take some of this water and put it right here, it just conforms to this cup. You know what? Isn't that right? Now, the beautiful part about this is we need this water to live. Is there anybody, I know we're from all over the different states and countries, is there anybody that don't need this? Right? We need this. I'm gonna give an example. For example, Hector, if you would just come up here for a second, right? And Demetrius. This is a good one too, because this is straight New York. He hard. He Yankee fan, right? And then we got Demetrius, 6'1", straight military. Now these some guys that, you know, police force, military. These some pretty strong guys, right? But think about this. If this was a boxing match, and this is what we run into out there all the time, because for the most part, especially the people sitting in this room, there are people in other companies, right? And they probably send, how many got an email this weekend of somebody trying to get you to look at something they're doing, right? But you should be able to have shades on now, and it's so bright, you can't see nothing else, right? Because we're looking at Colleen. Do you know that's the destruction and why this industry is so sad, why the failure rate is so high? Because people can't focus, follow one course until successful. They can't. You know, I tell people when you bring somebody in your business, if they're not in your business for a year, that's when you really become a partner. 1 year. Because there'll be plenty of people that'll come in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Great ideas, Colleen. I got this many people, Colleen. But if you look at their track record, they're addicted to move. They're addicted to move. But if you focus on the sun can burn a hole in anything. But if the object is focused, but if the object is not still, the sun is not as strong. That's the sun. It's bright. We have shades. What is a revelation? We make known what we have here. That's what this event is to make known. So we're going to make known what we have. And this is one of the ways, and again, this is the opportunity we have because there's a big fight match. We come into it every day. You wake up, somebody's trying to say their business is better than yours. Anybody ever get that one? You know? Hey, you're not allergic to anything? You can try this, right? I mean, that's nothing wrong with that pitch because you're supposed to consult with your doctor before you take this, right? Well, he asked this question. How much is the shipping? I live in Dominican Republic, so, or you know, how long does it take for me to get it? We don't have anything to ship. It doesn't matter where you live. She said yesterday, she just gets excited. Dad, watch this. Bing! And everybody gets paid. And she's been paying every Friday in pre-launch since last September. But now we're here. If she can do that in pre-launch, I tell you, keep the shades on. It's just getting better. So now we got these two gentlemen up here. And this is that company, right? Against that company, right? And you see this every day. Somebody's trying to tug a war or get you in their business. So y'all getting ready to go. All right. Now, 20, all those years of police training, he don't fight. He just... But if they were going toe to toe, but this is the beautiful part because it's fine. Nothing wrong with companies doing that. Competitive, right? I'm better than you. But you know, at some point, when y'all done fought and you sweating, maybe it's the 10th, 9th round, whatever the round is, you ain't got nothing left. And the same situation. One thing that when you go back to your corner, thank you, y'all can have a seat. Or whenever anybody's going back to their corner, whether it be the Yankees against the Arizona, there's a water cooler in both sides. We're water. So we could walk up to this man and say, you need me. I can help you do what you do better. But you know what? He got a drink too. All we're doing is helping people do what you already do better. That's all water is. You don't have to consult with your doctor and say, can I have a drink? That's what we do. We help people do what they do better. And if you have that approach when you're talking to people, because the hardest part when you join your virtual portal, we're so used to figuring out a way to get you to do what I do. That's that. Instead of becoming the water and saying, I can help you do what you do better. Now, that's what we do. We help you do what you do better with longevity. Because we can take on a shape and form to anything, right? It doesn't matter. From baseball, who would have thought? To, I mean, I can just go on with a comedian. Set one up for a comedian. Comedian to, we can just go on and on. A restaurant to a school teacher. We can use anybody, take anybody, and make what they do better. So if you leave here with one thing, keep it simple. Just tech the V-Smart. There is no special technique to sell this. First of all, you got to understand who you are. You're water. Anybody you walk up to, I can help you do what you do better. I said, I've never been in an event where the dog got loose. And the lady, there's a first for everything. Claude's very good, because as this, or it might have been Colleen, she's probably never been in a meeting where it was so nice. She said, oh, at first I thought it maybe was her dog. But then I remember Hector said, we can sell your dog. Who would have thought? But we can do anything. And the dog said, no, you ain't. So it starts running around, and you can't catch the dog. But the point is, be careful what you say, because animals are listening. But I thought that was funny. So all I'm saying is, be effective. Have belief. The sun is bright. We know what the vision is. There ain't but one vision. But most of the time, that's the focus. We ain't improving the vision. What we have to do is what? Improve the revelation. Making it known to people. And how do you do that? You share it just by sending a text. You see somebody riding down the road, it's how simple this is. And you see it all the time. And this person is selling this on the, their car is wrapped. All of a sudden, they got a website. Oh my goodness. You grab that website, you go home. We got free samples. So Jim, who's been, peddling these products, he probably hasn't, but he can't make money because he don't have sample money. We have unlimited sample, unlimited texts. How many people know that that's one of the reasons why a lot of people with those samples, they run out of money? We don't run out. It's free, unlimited texting, unlimited samples, right? So now, you go home with your free V-Smart. People like free. You sit there and you say, all right, this lady's already obviously somebody I'd like to connect with, because she's spending what? Her time riding around. She paid money to have her car wrapped, right? Most people don't even do that. They're ashamed of what they're in. Because they know they'd have to wrap it next week because they're in something else. You look funny. Well, good gracious. How many kinds of cars you got? You drive this car one week, drive this. Some people drive. Seriously, if we understand the focus is what we have here is very powerful, but you have to stay focused. That's why you hear some of the leaders say, I'm here to stay. They're not talking about they're in this room to stay. Hopefully, because some may. I hear that at all kind of conventions. I'm here to stay. And before they even get home, next convention, I'm here to stay. So what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong if you want to do multiple things, but I've never met anybody in my 15, 20 years of networking that's making money in more than one thing. Haven't. When I say making money, I'm talking about successful. I'm not saying you can get paid, but I'm talking about making money. And that's what we're wanting this weekend is focus. We want people to be able to say, you know what? It's easy to get in your virtual portal, but is your virtual portal in you? That's two different things, right? That's what we're looking for, because this is about the opportunity side, right? Now, we know we can share this with a lot of people, but is your virtual portal in you? Jim's in your virtual portal, but is your virtual portal in you? Would you like to be smarter and not harder? We didn't stay in one company and focus. That makes sense? That's simple advice, right? It is simple. So that lady's got that car wrapped. So you go home and you make that little V-Smart, like she said, under 2 minutes to do one of those, because they ain't got but 4 icons on that. After you done 8 like we've done, 4 is almost like he ain't even done nothing. And so you make 4 real quick. Then you call her up. He say, hey, I just saw your car. I understand you're in ABC company. Yes. Well, I was just wondering, would you like for me to help you do what you do better? I've never heard anybody tell me no. And free? We get you a free sample. What are you talking about? Is this your text number? Can I send you a text? You send that text, and all of a sudden, wow, how did you do that? Oh, it took me less than 3 minutes. Now, I haven't ran anybody yet that said, I just got one of those texts the other day. I haven't run into that. That's called opportunity. Because if you're not careful, you're going to find people saying stuff like this. You should have talked to me about a month ago, because Demetrius, he signed up 3 people today at the meeting, and he's just sitting here, or they done ran into Pastor Battle, or or Johnny, or we get to go on around the room with these people that's going to say, man, I ran into such and such. So a closed mouth will not get fed. How many people hungry? All right. So now, just look at it from this perspective. That's right. He just. Hey, Clyde, I know I'm the timekeeper, so you just do like this when I got 2 minutes. But my point is, I just want to make sure that everybody follow one course until successful. Remember, we're the water. Everybody needs it. If somebody says, what's better, Chevrolet and Ford? I don't know. Wait till the Super Bowl commercial, because you're going to see. They pay big money, and they're going to show you, But there's a gas company sitting back there saying, we don't care, but y'all got to come and get some gas. Toyota going to have their commercial too, right? And then Hyundai, here they come, boy. Toyota, watch out. Seriously, it's called, you want to see some competition, big boys fighting? Watch the Super Bowl. That's when you see the best. That's when you know who got money. That's when you know who's got money. But if we're water, if you keep that in your mind, because one of the hardest habits is to say, you know what, I am in a company that I can help everybody. Yeah, I know my product can help everybody. It helped my aunt. She doesn't have this anymore. If you'll take this, consult with your doctor first. Do you like the way it tastes? You didn't? Well, you should mix it with your, Miss Sponsor, he didn't like the way it tastes. Tell him to put it in his smoothie. Did you try it in your smoothie? You did? Try it in your smoothie. I bet you like it. See, we don't have to go through, I'm allergic to grass. That's an inside joke with Colleen. Giving that product away, right? We've done that before, right? All I'm doing is making people laugh, but I'm making people laugh with things they can really relate to, because we don't have a smell test. We don't have a taste test. We don't have to worry about what state do you live in before I tell you how much the shipping will be. Nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. I can only talk about what I know. And what I know is your virtual portal doesn't have a taste test, doesn't have a smell test, doesn't have shipping. We don't have to worry about all these different things that you normally have to worry about. Can I afford the samples? We have unlimited free samples that we can just give away. And if you do this right, how many people in here has not built a V-Smart? And I'm not saying this to single you out. So everybody has built a V-Smart, right? Okay. Who has built a V-Smart? All right. Now, is there anybody that when they built their V-Smart felt like it was too complicated? Because that's what we're here for. We have questions. And I haven't got anybody yet. Matter of fact, people ask me, it must really be simple. You know why? Because we don't have any questions in the box, Colleen. Or either we're doing a great job.
You know what I said?
What'd you?
I said, I'm feeling like there's something missing. I can't just be finished. Because everything I do, there's a lot of things to do.
Now, this guy is technology. Him and Chris could come up here one on one side, and they could probably knock each other out when it comes to technology. Because I don't know anybody, and this is another one. He's already 3 ideas just while John was talking. But seriously, note takers are money makers. I don't care what level you get at, you should be writing. I'm serious. Note takers are money makers. That's the first thing I look at in the room. First of all, who's sitting up front and who's taking notes. And that's why I like when Colleen said, I appreciate you showing me your attention. But you'd be surprised. This goes both ways, y'all. We're not here just as a routine. We're here to help each other. So when we leave, and the rest of the time we're here, hey, if you got anything on your mind, don't always think because a leader simply means a title. That's not what we're about. Here's not the A team and the B team and the C team. What we're here to do is help each other. It's already done. The revelation is us to make it known. And people perish from lack of knowledge. But there's no stupid question. And one of the things I found when I got in your virtual portal was I find myself trying not to overcomplicate it. Because I've been in things where I already am taught, they're going to have this question, they're going to have this question, they're going to have that question. I've never been in a company, like Demetrius said, I've never been in a company where the owner has over 30 videos in pre-launch. I've never seen that. And if you go to Coach, not your virtual portal, but anyway, but if you go there, and I'm going to end with this, if you go here, I brought over 16 people in about a month. And in that, how I did it was just like this. I would take people here, first of all, and I would say, you see this, your virtual portal Success University? This young lady, this nice lady here, she takes a video, and it's about 2 to 3 minutes, and whatever your topic is, you can watch these videos, and we can help you do what you do better. Is that right? And they say, wow, this is pretty neat. Then I go over to the product link, and it scrolls down, and we have all these companies here. The reason why you want to do this is because the credibility is out. This will shut everybody's mouth. All these guys just coming to you, you say, oh, by the way, you're in that company? Oh, really? Oh, let me show you something. And if you ain't quick